Dear learners, I, Dr. Navajit Deuri, Deputy Director, Directorate of Archaeology, Government of Assam, you are welcome to this session on archaeological sites. This is the first unit of the module type of heritage sites. Today, we shall be discussing some major archaeological sites in Assam. So, before telling about the archaeological sites, I would just like to mention what is archaeology. The term archaeology is derived from Greek word archaeos, mean ancient, and logos means discussion, reason, or science. Archaeology is the study of human behavior and cultural changes happen in the past through material remains. It is scientific reconstruction and understanding of prehistoric and historic human behavior through material remains. Therefore, it is both a science and an art. So, what is the aims of archaeology? The principal aims of archaeology are exploration. Now, what is exploration? Exploration means how would we locate, we discover, or getting information of any particular archaeological sites. So, through exploration, we can find out, we can locate archaeological sites which need village to village survey, collection of data from villagers and from other sources like forest department, then local inhabitants, through which we can get information about the existence of any archaeological sites. After getting a site, the next step is surveying the sites. So we need to survey the sites to know how the exact extent, its nature, the structural remains of the site. After that, we prepare map of the sites, which is known as mapping of sites. In the maps today, it is very easy to locate or mapping of the sites through satellite channels or other modern devices. After that, the major part of archaeology to recover archaeological site is excavation. As you know that archaeological sites are basically buried under the soil or earth or in other art deposits. So we need to excavate, we need to dig it through scientific method. Now I am going to tell about what is archaeological sites. The Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remain Act 1958 define what is archaeological sites. As per the Act, archaeological sites and remains means any area which contains or is reasonably believed to contain ruins or relics of historical or archaeological importance which have been in existence for not less than 100 years and includes such portion of land adjoining the area as may be required for fencing or covering in or otherwise preserving it, and the means of access to and convenient inspection of the area. That means even the access road of the archaeological sites also considered as a archaeological sites. So I just want to explain various methods of excavation. As we know, our archaeological wealth, archaeological remains, and archaeological habitations are always buried under the site, under the soil. So we need to dig out, we need to excavate through scientific methods using various modern devices. So what is archaeological excavation? Archaeological excavation is a systematic, careful digging and uncovering of buried sites to find, record, and study of physical remains left by past human activities, revealing insight into ancient culture, behaviors, and history. It is a meticulous scientific process involving to remove soil layers in controlled ways, minutely documenting the context of finds using grit or precision and analyzing recovered materials to reconstruct the past, not just digging for treasures. Type of excavation. Various methods has been involved for archaeological digging, such as vertical excavation, horizontal excavation, Harris matrix, etc. Horizontal excavation. This is the most followed method of excavation at any archaeological site. This method allows to reconstruct complete lifestyle of people, which help in the reconstruction of social and religious life as well as the production of manufacturing of various goods. The first thing is horizontal excavation is to grid the site and number is grid properly. In Indian context, generally for numbering purpose, alphabets and numbers are used. Vertical excavation. It is a kind of deep digging followed by narrow trenches to reveal soil layers and establish a site's chronological sequences. Actually, this method applied for to know how the cultural thickness or chronological sequence of a particular site. So, narrow trenches were dug out. Next is heuristic matrix. Heuristic matrix methods helps archaeologists to keep track of stratigraphy and its records. By using these laws of stratification, archaeologists create these logic diagrams to record the top-down sequences of cultural deposits and help make sense of information they contain. Before telling the archaeological sites of Assam, just I wanted to tell what is cultural chronology. Cultural chronology is the scientific ordering of past human cultures and societies in a timeline, using archaeological evidence, historical records, and dating methods to understand their development, evolution, and changes over time. Like organizing the stone, bronze, and iron ages by tool materials, it is a framework to see how societies adopted, interacted, and progressed, revealing human history's tapestry. As just now read out the cultural chronology of Assam. The Assam archaeological site can be divided into three periods: prehistoric period, historic period, and medieval period. In prehistoric period, various cultural ages like Neolithic, Megalithic, early historic has been included. In Neolithic culture, we may mention Dowsely heading, whose chronology is 2700 BP. This date was found out by through OSL dating. Then megalithic culture, we may consider megalithic remains like Nonjirang of West Karbi Anglong, Tapat of West Karbi Anglong, Muput of West Karbi Anglong, Rangoli, etc. In megalithic period, there is a very specific cultural remains found in Dima Hasao district, which is known as stone burial jar. The stone jars of Dima Hasaos are very unique burial system of Northeast India, which is very rare in other part of the world, except Laos and some part of Philippines has such kind of stone jar burials, which can be dated to 2000 BP. That was taken from C40 dating. In early historic period, Surya Pahars has some evidence of rock cut stupas. After prehistoric period, I would like to describe the monuments sites of a historic period. In historic period, Sunga contemporary, that is terracotta figure at Ambari archaeological sites, which is datable to 1st century BCE. Then rock inscription at Nagajuri Khonikor Gaon, Borgonga rock inscription, which there can be datable to 5th century to 6th century CE. Then Gupta contemporary, we have Gupta contemporary sites like Doporbotia, Dorjam, which is 6th century CE. After that, Burman dynasty's remnants can be considered, which is Umasal rock inscription that is datable to 4th century CE, mid of 7th century CE. After that, the great Salastambas ruled Assam. Their period was mid of 7th century to mid of 10th century CE. After Salastambha, the Pala Sena ruled in ancient Kamrupa. The main sites of Palo dynasty are Madan Kamdev, Pingaleswar, Jaljali, Sandor Meghar, etc., which can be datable to mid of 10th century to early 12th century CE. Now, I want to tell about the medieval sites of Assam. In medieval period, various dynasties ruled in Assam, including Kosaris, Sotia, Kos, Motok, Ahom, followed by colonial period. Sotia dynasty's monuments are found in Sodia region, especially Protimagor, Podumpukhuri, Borpukhuri, etc., which can be datable to 12th century CE to 14th century CE. Then Kus monuments and sites are Haju, Kamakha, etc., which can be datable to early 16th century to 17th century CE. Motok dynasty has also witnessed of some tanks at Tinsukia district, some fortification, Godhaburburgor, etc. So the great Ahoms also built numbers of archaeological sites and monuments in Assam, in presently Saraidew, Shivsagar, Dibrugarh, Lakhimpur, Dorong districts, which are datable to 13th century to 19th century CE. After that, British took over the rule in Assam. They have also constructed numbers of colonial buildings, including heritage bungalows, pathways, bridges, etc. This is the picture of Neolithic cells. These are the Neolithic cells which belongs to prehistoric period. These tools were collected from different archaeological sites of Assam. Basically, these are soldier cells. This is very large megalithic monuments called Menhir. This is found in Moput area of Karbi Anglong, West Karbi Anglong district. This is the megalithic monuments in Nonjirong of West Karbi Anglong district. This is the stone jar of Dima Hasao. It is a very particular kind of burial jars found in only Dima Hasao, Laos and Philippines. Stone jars are cultural materials related to funerary rites are part of the cultural tradition where the belief exists among the local tribes that these jars were made to honor the dead. They constitute a unique archaeological features only found in Assam in the country. These stone jars are of different shapes and size, and a number of stone jar sites are found in the district, namely Bolusan, Kobak, Dubongling, etc. This is the stone jar of Saikam near Haflong Township. Nearly 46 jars were counted in the sites. This is the Kobak Archaeological Sites. Directorate of Archaeology has conducted a full-scale excavation in the site in 2017. During the excavations, numbers of megalithic remains, exceptional megalithic decorative remains were uncovered. The excavation also revealed a stone jar at the site. This is a round-shaped megalithic memorial or monuments. This is a menhir type of megalithic stone depicting a human figure. This is the varieties of megalithic memorials of Khobak. Now, historic period. Ambari archaeological site so far considered is the earliest archaeological sites in Brahmaputra Valley. Excavation conducted at the site revealed a head of terracotta figure which is stylistically resembled with Sunga art. This head of the terracotta figure is ornamented with beads, which is prime feature of Sunga terracotta figure. Some beaded terracotta. Hence, we have a relative date of historic period from 75 BC in Assam. This is the fragmentary rock inscription of Nagajori Khonikor Gaon, which can be datable to 4th 5th century CE. Umachal rock inscription of Nilachal Hill, Guwahati. This is also datable to 5th century CE. Directorate of Archaeology has conducted archaeological excavation at Gwalpara district. The excavation revealed some brick structures, brick platform, and also some terracotta artwork, decorated bricks, terracotta pillars. This is a nature of a archaeological site which was completely buried under the site. The archaeologists from the Directorate of Archaeology have conducted 3 months excavation at the site, which revealed a series of archaeological ancient establishments. These are the terracotta pillars, then decorated bricks, then other designed artwork. Near the site, some rock-cut stupas, rock-cut caves, then some siblings along with Junipito were discovered. Our director also excavate Ghodol archaeological site in Sonitpur district. This excavation also revealed two brick temple plinth. This is Ghodol archaeological site at Sonitpur district. Ghodol archaeological site is located at Torajan in Komargaon of Tezpur. This site have evidence of two brick mounds having temple architectural features, which was surrounded by brick enclosure rampart in all directions. Both the mounds are situated in the central part of the reinforced rampart. This is the architectural features of the Ghodol archaeological sites. This is Moiramora archaeological sites located in Dibrugarh district. This site is well known for life-size stone images which were discovered long back during 1980s. Among the images, mention may be made of two beautifully carved apsaras and a Gandharva figure on hard granite. Apart from these 5 images, various deities carved on sandstone exist in the site. While the premise of the site is a modern temple was set up by the local villagers known as Moiramora Than, and adjacent to the modern temple, the Directorate of Archaeology have conducted a full-scale excavation at the site, which revealed Pancharatha brick temple of Ahom period. This is the excavated temple, brick temple, along with a drawing, archaeological drawing. This is Daparboti archaeological site. It is a very famous archaeological sites in Assam, one of the most earliest evidence of human creation, which can be datable to 6th century CE. In this Dorjem, Ganga and Jamuna both were carved in granitic stone, very beautiful stone. This is very, very beautiful figure in Assam. This is a classical example of Gupta art of Assam. Singri ruins in Sonitpur. Salastambos were built. Several archaeological sites in Tezpur area, basically in Singri areas, they have erected numbers of stone temples, but due to frequent earthquake in this region, all were collapsed. These are the scattered ruins of the temples. This is the masonry remains in Bamuni Hills, Sonitpur. In Bamuni Pahar also, Salastambho constructed a huge temple complex, a very large temple in Pancharatha design. This is the remains of Surya Pahar. Surya Pahar is the one of the oldest archaeological sites of Assam. These are the rock-cut stupas, which are architecturally datable to 1st century BCE. So this is the one of the earliest evidence of human creation of this region. These rock-cut stupas can be resembled with the rock-cut stupa of Karle, Bhaja in Maharashtra. In Huja area also, we have numbers of archaeological sites. This is known as Rajbari archaeological sites. Rajbari archaeological sites includes at least 9 Shiva temples, which are enclosed within a massive brick-built boundary wall. These temples were built using both stone and bricks. The sites houses a number of temple relics along with Junipito and a Uma Maheshwara sculpture in Alingana Pushar. One of the major archaeological sites of Huja area is Nonath archaeological site. The Nonath archaeological site is situated on an old water channel and is divided in a symmetrical plane facing each other in 2 lines. The site included 8 big temples with another one at Kenduguri, thereby making it a total of 9 temples from where the name Nonath is derived. The temple structures have components of stone pillars, posts, bases, door jambs, door sills, Surjo Image and Junipitho, etc. This is the modern Kapdem archaeological sites of Kamrup district, one of the major stone masonry work found in Assam. The modern Kamdev archaeological sites has several stone temples spread over an area of nearly 50 bighas on a hillock, locally known as modern Kamdev Hill. It can be dated to 10 to 11th century CE. The presiding deity of the temple is Uma Maheswara, enriched in Alingana posture in the Garbhagriha of the principal shrine. There now exist only miniature shrines. The temple architecture is rich in ornamentation and a panel of amorous sculptures, sense of erotic lives, sculptural form of both human and animal life adorn the exterior of the Garbhagriha. This is a temple built. Then in the right corner, Dwarpalo image, Gajohingha, Gajobhyalo. Actually, it is a combination of two animals. Lower part is elephant and upper part is lion. So together, this can be termed as a Gajobhyalo. Then this is the temple relics, temple shrine, miniature temple. Devprabhat archaeological site, Golaghat district. The Devprabhat archaeological site is one of the most beautiful archaeological sites in Assam. This site contains ruin of a stone temple erected upon a monolithic floor. The Garbhagriha is circular in plan. The temple has a ceiling slab engraved with a large lotus having relief of Vidyadhara holding a scarf and necklace by both hands. Panels depicting episodes from the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita Purana can also be observed. A vast range of elegantly sculptured block of later Gupta period can be found in the site. This is a temple relics. In the right picture is the image of Kirtimukha. Then in left lower also image of Kirtimukha. This is the archaeological sites in Kasomari Pathar of Golaghat district. Monoliths are single block of stone carved or shaped into a pillar or monuments. This monolithic site contains 35 numbers of beautifully carved pillars of 14th century. These were product of Dimasa Kosaris. They have set up their establishment in Doyang Dhonsiri Valley in time immemorial. After that, they have shifted their capital from Doyang Dhonsiri to Dimapur, then Dimapur to Maibong, then Maibong to Khaspur area. This is the stone pillar of Kasamari Pathar of Golaghat district. Then monuments of Ahom period. This is the Tolatal Ghor of Shivsagar. It is a well-known monument, one of the beautifully designed architectural example of Ahom period. There is a Ronghor, the iconic monument of Assam. This is known as one of the earliest pavilion of mankind. This is Naupukuri Shivadal, Shivsagar. The Naupukuri temple lies adjacent to the Rudrahagar tank, which was constructed during the reign of Sargado Lakshmi Singha. The site is protected and preserved by the Directorate of Archaeology, Assam. This is the picture of Soraido archaeological site. Soraido, the first capital of Ahom, founded by Sukafa, housed by royal necropolis of Ahom dynasty. It was here that members of royal Ahom families as well as the high-ranking officials were buried and moidam were erected according to Ahom customs and rituals. The moidams comprises of massive underground vault having a domical superstructure and covered by a heap of earthen mound. From the exterior, it appears as a hemispherical mound. The top of the mound demonstrates a small open pavilion known as Sousali and a peripheral wall, enclosure wall up to the mound. This is the Ghanashyam House, Shivsagar, one of the beautiful monument of Ahom period, which is known as the gem of Ahom architecture. This is Joydal in Shivsagar. This is also a very beautiful monument. This is the example of colonial period. This is Notebook Gate. This gate was constructed to welcome British Viceroy Lord Northbrook, who visited Guwahati in 1874. The gate was built near Sukleswar Ghat of Guwahati. Thank you.